Japan's pacifist constitution forbids a conventional military. Instead, it has what's called a self-defense force. But to Japan's neighbours, it still looks like the real thing, even though Japan's not fired a shot against an enemy in almost 70 years. But that could be about to change.
The Japanese constitution was created with the hope of bringing happiness to the people. Currently, I do not believe that it says we should abandon our responsibility to protect the lives of Japanese people.
The Prime Minister has declared his support for a loosening of the constitutional restraints on the military, so that in future Japan could defend an ally under attack, like the United States. He doesn't need the approval of Parliament. All that's required is a simple decision by Cabinet. The shift in defence policy comes at a time of rising territorial friction between China and some of its neighbours, most notably Vietnam, the Philippines and Japan. North Korea is another cause of tension. Any plan to redefine the role of Japan's military will worsen relations here in China, where deep bitterness remains over Japan's 14-year-long occupation of the country that began in the early 1930s. The worry here is that any change in security policy could mark the first steps towards a new era of Japanese militarism.
I do not think militarism will be revived in the short term with Japan invading countries again. But in the long run, it is moving in that direction.
The Prime Minister has pledged that Japan will never send troops overseas to fight war alone. But he knows that many ordinary Japanese remain wary about even the slightest tinkering with their pacifist constitution. Adrian Brown, Al Jazeera.